And cool and dry this evening across West Alabama, Central Alabama. Look at that weekend forecast here in just a few minutes.
And a 17-year-old is behind bars in Walker County. What led to the arrest of the juvenile?
I'm Tuscaloosa County Sheriff Ron Abernathy. Tuscaloosa County's Most Wanted is next.
This is WVUA 23 News.
And we're glad you're with us tonight. I'm Jabari Pruitt. Our top story tonight comes out of Walker County. A teen has been arrested for murder. The Walker County Sheriff's Office reports what was believed to be a hit-and-run accident is now a murder. The Sheriff's Office got a call Monday morning from a passerby reporting a person lying in the median of Highway 78 near Scotts, Texaco. 40-year-old Jonathan Foster has been identified as the victim. A preliminary autopsy report reveals Foster's injuries was not consistent with someone who had been struck by a vehicle, and that foul play was involved. A joint investigation involving Walker County Sheriff's Office and ALEA led to the murder arrest of a 17-year-old. The juvenile is being held in the Walker County Jail. This investigation continues. Well, Birmingham police made 4 arrests Wednesday for homicides in the city, including a mass shooting last month. Now, of the 4 arrested, 31-year-old Larry Rollins Jr. and 22-year-old Damian McDaniel were expected for their first court appearances today. According to our news partner, ABC 3340, McDaniel was charged with intentional murder, 2 counts of capital murder, and at least 16 counts of assault and 3 counts of attempted murder. Rollins was not physically brought into the courtroom. Well, 20-year-olds Charles Gray and Grant Rakers and 22-year-olds Joshua Ferrito and Christopher Mullinex, 4 members of Pi Kappa Phi fraternity, has been arrested for hazing. Court documents show each member was charged with 2 counts of criminal hazing for incidents that happened on August 25th and 28th. The University of Alabama released a statement saying, quote, "The University of Alabama strictly prohibits hazing and thoroughly investigate allegations. An investigation into hazing violations reported at Pi Kappa Phi is ongoing." Now, hazing violates the university policy, the code of student conduct, and the law, and it's a matter of what the university takes seriously, end quote. Well, turning our attention now to the weather, Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott is here. And Richard, how low can we expect those temperatures drop tonight?
Hey, Jabari, pretty chilly out there tonight. In fact, here's what happened last night. We'll be close to that again tonight. 36 in Tuscaloosa, and how about 32 in Jasper? 31 in Haydenville, some areas below freezing this morning. Currently, we're at 68 now. It's a pretty nice afternoon with cobalt blue skies, and again, not a cloud in the sky all over central and west Alabama, all the way down to the Gulf Coast. But Jabari, turns colder tonight. 48 at 10, 42 at 1 a.m. just after midnight. There's another frost advisory for the northern half of Alabama, north of Tuscaloosa. More on those numbers and look at that weekend here in just a few minutes.
Richard, thank you. Mayor Walt Maddox has announced he will seek re-election as Tuscaloosa's mayor. Under his leadership, the city has provided thousands of high school students with dual enrollment scholarships, strengthened public safety, and created a vibrant downtown and riverfront. Now, you can learn more about Mayor Maddox and his accomplishments at waltmaddox.com. Well, the Chamber of Commerce of West Alabama honored citizens today into the Civic Hall of Fame. The Chamber Foundation Committee selected 3 civic leaders earlier this year to be inducted into the hall. Now, they are William Nathan Dansby, Robert Bobby Lanier Ingram Jr., and Marlon D. Moore III. Each inductee received a plaque from the Chamber in their honor. Now, after the ceremony, the Chamber hosted a reception where people could meet the new honorees.
Well, this is a lifetime achievement. Each one of these honorees will actually be placed in the monument or on the monument in Government Plaza.
Now, the first Civic Hall of Fame was named on the Chamber's 100th anniversary in 2000, and since then has become an annual celebration of civic leaders. And the Tuscaloosa County school system was able to raise more than $7,000 to support the United Way of West Alabama. Each student donated $1 to wear their favorite hat to support the cause. Vance Elementary, Hillcrest Middle, and Tuscaloosa County High School raised the most money. Well, the Tuscaloosa County Commission has purchased a vet clinic to help with the Metro Animal Shelter. The shelter is a joint venture between the cities of Northport and Tuscaloosa and the county. Now, this clinic was purchased for $306,000, and most of that was paid by the County Commission. The building is fully equipped and will be operated by the Metro Animal Shelter.
This veterinary clinic, working with Metro Animal Shelter and the great team that does work down there, will give them an opportunity to create a triage environment where they can keep animals when they first come in. That will become the first stop. We're hopeful this will be a great asset, help the operation. We have closed on the property. We will be working to do an agreement, lease situation with Metro Animal Shelter. They'll be running and operating the facility.
The Metro Animal Shelter will set the opening date for the new clinic. Well, Cigar Week is in full swing as the Crimson Tide gets ready for the big game this weekend with Tennessee. Workers at Vitola Fine Cigars say they're seeing an increase in sales as fans prepare to light up in honor of the big game. The cigar tradition involves the winning team's players, coaches, and fans lighting up cigars after the game. The tradition began in 1961 when the Tide beat the Vols.
We try to build value for everything. Every brand has solid cigars. The deals we run are every day, no matter what day it is. Buy 10 singles, you save 5%. Buy 20, you save 10%. So that's an everyday thing. So the more you buy, more you save, type deal. So you can come in anytime and get a good deal.
Now, Bama fans have been able to light up their cigars 16 of the last 17 games against the Volunteers. Well, the Tuscaloosa County Health Department hosted their 10th annual drive-through flu clinic today. Now, the clinic gave people who may have issues going into facilities a chance to get their flu shot quickly and safely. The health department also had professionals on hand to answer health questions. They also handed out some nice prizes. The staff hope this free flu clinic will help make sure people are getting vaccinated.
The goal for it was to just make it easier for people that had ambulatory problems or couldn't get into facilities easily, just to make it easier for them to come out and get inoculated against flu, because it is so rampant between October and March. We've been doing it for about 10, 12 years this way, and it's always been well received.
Nicole says in years past, they have averaged around 700 people for these clinics. This year, they saw about 100. WVUA 23 and the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office need your help locating some of Tuscaloosa County's most wanted. Cedric Sanders Jr., black male, 31 years of age, 5'9", 140 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, last known to be living in the area of West Circle, Northport, wanted for assault first degree. Jesse Wyatt, white male, 43 years of age, 6'3", 230 pounds, brown hair, hazel eyes, last known to be living in the area of Wyatt Lane, Moundville, wanted for theft of property first degree. Robert Finch Jr., black male, 33 years of age, 5'7", 125 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, last known to be living in the area of Lafayette Street, Utah, wanted for theft of property first degree. If you have any information on these or others wanted by the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office, please contact them at 205-464-8672 or on their website, tcsoal.org. Well, coming up, an Alabama inmate convicted of killing 5 people in 2016 is set to be executed today. And a murder that happened 4 years ago in Tuscaloosa has not been to trial yet. We'll hear from the mother who lost her son, who came to town for a football game. Those stories when we come back. Well, 4 years ago today, University of Indiana college student Skylar Bradley was shot and killed near the Strip in Tuscaloosa. Skylar's mother says after 4 years, the suspect is still out on bond. There is no trial and no justice. Well, his mother sat down with me to talk about life without her son. October 20th, 2020, Alabama took home a major win against Georgia at Bryant-Denny Stadium. 19-year-old Skylar Bradley was in Tuscaloosa to attend that game, but he died days before, victim to a shooting that's still yet to go to trial. This was the scene 4 years ago in the early morning hours of October 17, 2020, on University Boulevard near the Strip. The Tuscaloosa Violent Crimes Unit was on the scene of a shooting that would take Skylar's life. He was shot in the stomach and then rushed to DCH Regional Medical Center.
When people say tomorrow's never promised, it's really true. We never thought in 50 million years, him just going to a football game, that I would be, flying down there to turn off a machine on my son.
If I would have known that you wouldn't be here.
Shortly after 2 a.m. that morning, Skylar died, something no mother is ready for.
After losing him, it made me look at life different as far as the little things mean so much.
If I would have known.
These few pictures of her son with family is all Daphne says she has of her son. As of today, she says she and her family are still seeking justice for his death. And shortly after the shooting, 22-year-old Zachary Profozich was arrested and charged with murder. He was later released on a $150,000 bond and is living in his home state of California while awaiting trial. That doesn't sit well with Daphne.
I guess I'm beyond the point of sadness. I'm now at the angry stage where it's like, what's the problem? Like, make it make sense to me. It'd be different. I think I could probably swallow it if he was in jail doing these 4 years. But you're out free doing things that my son's not able to do anymore.
Daphne says for the past 4 years, she's been in constant contact with the Tuscaloosa County District Attorney's Office, but she's gotten nowhere.
I feel like it's just been an emotional struggle with me. I thought they were supposed to be for me and my son. There's a lack of empathy, communication. They've never called. I've never received a phone call from them to me personally about anything. One time did I ever get a call from a victim advocate person. So between me and him, I did have a day where I called and they kept putting different people on the phone, And I got super upset, and so they finally transferred me to his voicemail, and I just let my emotions get the best of me.
The him she's referring to is Tuscaloosa County District Attorney Hayes Webb. While I was meeting with Webb, the district attorney says his office always presents cases to the grand jury within 2 to 4 weeks of the arrest.
When cases are set are not up to us.
I asked Webb, why is it taking so long for this case to move forward?
When the defendant is actually out of jail, so he has made bond. And I understand victim and community saying, well, that makes it even worse because he's out free after he's done this bad thing. With the system here, the courts properly, the system, we the people say, hey, we have to move the cases with people in jail first, because instead of being free and on the street, their liberty is being deprived prior to trial, and they're continuing to sit for months and sometimes years. So it's actually those cases that take priority.
Now, since I spoke with Daphne and the district attorney's office, we have learned that this case is now on the docket for November 26th. A jury trial is set for December 2nd. In other news, an Alabama inmate who says he deserves to die is set to be executed today. Derry Dearman says his victims' families deserve justice, and his execution will finally provide that. Dearman was convicted of killing 5 people in 2016 near Mobile. Now, all were relatives of his girlfriend. Now, he says he was high on amphetamine when he attacked his victims with an axe and 2 guns as they slept. Now, Dearman has repeatedly asked for his execution to be carried out since he was sentenced to death in 2018.
And got a lot of sunshine this afternoon across West Alabama. Cobalt blue skies. Look at that local forecast up next after the break. Hear my forecast every day on 96.1 The Blessing. And what a beautiful fall afternoon across West Alabama. Live view from the Algo traffic camera. Look into the community of Vernon over in Lamar County, right there at the intersection of Highway 17 and Highway 18. But blue skies, not a cloud out there. Let's go to our Demopolis camera in North Marengo County. Looking off towards the south from downtown Demopolis back off towards the Linden direction in central Marengo County. Cobalt blue sky, 69 currently in Demopolis. They did touch 70 earlier this afternoon. And look at that, man, that's just a beautiful looking day. Bluebird skies here in Tuscaloosa from Bryant Denny Stadium. Looking off towards the north, the current temperature at 68 with a light north wind. And obviously no cloud cover, no rain at all. No chance for rain for this evening or tonight. 69 Linden, 67 at Jasper. Haydenville 63 now. Our forecast tonight though, 10 o'clock 48 by 1 a.m. I do expect those lower 40s with a clear sky in place. Again, no precip tonight. Another frost advisory, this time including areas north of Tuscaloosa. That does include Lamar County, Fayette, Walker, Jefferson, Shelby, and points north, and East Alabama, Talladega, Clay, and Randolph points north in that frost advisory. Here's the projected lows for tonight. 39 for Tuscaloosa, 38 Demopolis, 35 at Jasper. And some of the cooler spots more likely to see that frost, but even areas south of Tuscaloosa, there may be some patchy frost in areas. Don't expect a lot of that, though. In fact, our frost model data suggesting that chance for some patchy frost in spots. Here's our Friday forecast. A cold start to the day, upper 30s at early morning around sunrise, 68 by lunchtime tomorrow, around 72 by mid-afternoon, light east wind tomorrow. New drought monitor is out. We need the rainfall across Alabama, though. And the new drought monitor showing that a moderate drought kind of expanding across central Alabama, even some severe drought. That's a D2 drought across parts of East Marengo and southern Perry County. No rain, though, in the forecast. The latest numbers from the Weather Prediction Center suggest dry weather continues all over every square inch of Alabama. Temperatures cool across the east, but much warmer back in the plains. In fact, we're at 68. We got Fargo reporting 72 now. So our temperatures begin to warm up by the time we get to Monday and Tuesday. Low 80s returning to central Alabama. And for high school football coming up Friday night, going to be cool overnight with temperatures dropping back in the low 50s. Here's your 7-day. And again, we got a lot of sun this weekend here No chance for rain at all, and humidity very low. With that dry air, we're going to see those big swings between the overnight temperatures and the daytime highs. Still those 40s at night. And next week, low 80s returning, but still very nice looking weather with some sunshine and those cool overnight lows. That's your forecast update. Here's Gary.
Thanks, Richard. Coming up in sports, the Greensboro Raiders are one win away from clinching their first state playoff berth in 4 years. We'll have our Game of the Week preview. And the Crimson Tide defense will be tested on Saturday afternoon by a balanced Tennessee Volunteers offense. Defensive line coach Freddie Roach discusses next in WVUA 23 Sports. Going to start out with some volleyball from last night at Foster Auditorium. Alabama hosting number 25 Auburn. And what a match this was. Sophie Agee with the drop shot. Alabama wins the first set 25-23. But Auburn, they are ranked number 25 after all, would come back. Bella Bell with the smash. We would go to a fifth set in this one. Alabama had a couple of match points. Another one right now. Natalie Rapetti with the service ace. The Tide takes the fifth set, 16-14, wins the match 3-2. It's their first win over a ranked opponent in 8 years, and it's Auburn on top of that. What a night in Tuscaloosa. And good evening, everybody. I'm Gary Harris. The Tennessee offense, which came out of the chute like a torpedo earlier this season, has slowed down, more like a blimp right now the last couple of weeks against Arkansas and Florida. But still, Alabama defensive line coach Freddie Roach says the Vols offense, led by freshman quarterback Nico Iamaleva and coached by Josh Heupel, is hard to handle.
A really good athlete. The guy can run, he can throw, he can do it all. For him to be the age that he is, to see him go out there and do the things he's doing is impressive. And they've got a really good football team. It's like I was telling guys earlier, physical up front. They got 3 interior guys who's been there for a long time. Really good football team. He's done a hell of a job.
Kickoff a little after 2:30 on Saturday afternoon in Knoxville on ABC. Well, the Greensboro football program has been down the last few years, but this season there's been a resurgence. A win tomorrow night against Thorsby will put the Raiders in the Class 3A state playoffs. Kenneth Kelly has our Football Friday Game of the Week preview.
High school football homecomings are such a great time of the fall. The parades, festivities, alumni support all make it such a wonderful and enjoyable time for high schools all over. But for Greensboro, this homecoming week is special as they are getting ready to face Thornsby in a Region 3 matchup with state playoffs on the line. The Raiders are a storied program in Alabama high school football. From 1987 to 1999, they won 10 region championships, including an appearance in the state title game in 1997. In recent years, the team unfortunately has not seen the same amount of success. Over the last 10 years, they have only 2 winning seasons. Second-year Greensboro head coach Deion Washington knows how important this game is to the school and is making sure the team is ready to compete on Friday.
We're not leaving no stone unturned. We're covering all of our bases, dotting all our I's, crossing all our T's to make sure that we're prepared to do what we need to do to get this team and this program and this community in the playoffs on Friday night.
With playoff implications on the line, you couldn't draw the scenario up any better for Greensboro. They're on a 3-game winning streak, it's homecoming week, and best of all, they'll be playing it right here in their home stadium, where hundreds of fans will be screaming and cheering on the Raiders right here at Robert Lucky Field. Now, after finishing last season 1-9, a win on Friday could officially clinch a playoff berth and mark a turning point for the next generation of football greats right here in Greensboro.
I just want to leave the underclassmen that it doesn't end with me. It starts with them next year, picking up the program back off where we leave it and, just do what we got to do, change Greensboro around.
A win this week would be the catalyst to getting Greensboro back on track to the former glory days of the Raiders.
It'll mean the world to, I know, me and the community of Greensboro. One of the main reasons why I wanted to come back and take the job and put the program back to where I know it should be and what it was in 1998 when we were in the state championship. That's kind of my goal, to get it back there.
The future of the program is at stake. Whether they will continue the trend of mediocrity or break the cold streak and start a new era of dominance. All the questions will be answered under the Friday night lights. Local in Greensboro, Kenneth Kelly, WVUA 23 Sports.
And before we go?
Yeah, Football Friday tomorrow night. We just saw our Game of the Week preview. But we got high school football tonight. Hillcrest is at Prattville. We're going to have those highlights coming up for you tonight, Class 7A Region 3 at 10 o'clock.
All right, final weather.
And talk about high school football. Let's look at that weather for our Friday night games. Upper 50s at 7 o'clock. Low 50s by the end of those local games. Quite cool. And for the Bama game, Alabama taking on Tennessee over Knoxville. What a nice looking weather for that. 2:30 kickoff, upper 60s. Will be in the low 70s by the end of the game. For the Auburn game, Auburn taking on Missouri. They're on the road over in Columbia. Temperatures at 61 at kickoff, 71 at the end of the game. Again, dry weather coming up for quite some time. No sign of rain.
All right, Richard Garrett, thank you. That's it for us. Have a great evening.
See you.